Aloha, my name is Anne, and I'm currently a junior at Kealakea High School, and just last year I went on a trip that changed my life. Let me provide some context to this. As soon as I arrived at high school, I could not stress enough about finding my purpose there. I wanted to do something that would really impact my life. I decided to join many extracurricular activities such as Interact, a community service club, STEM Academy, a science, technology, and engineering and math club, Robotics, a robot competing club, and TARC, the American Rocketry Challenge. A few electives that I found interest into, such as graphic design and other arts. I enjoyed all of them very much, but none of them exactly stood out to me the way I hoped they would. My sophomore year, I heard about a debate team going to New York. I immediately wanted to join because the last time I went to New York, I was very young. This club was called Model UN, as in modeling the United Nations. It's actually a very large organization, and many schools from middle school up to college participate in this extracurricular activity. The trip to New York was actually a conference, sort of like a competition to see who's the best delegate in the room. Basically, who's best at modeling a real United Nations delegate. Some context for that: a delegate is a person who represents a country in an international conference. In my instance, I represented Singapore, meaning I would do research on Singapore and know the country enough to speak on its behalf. Me and my close friend Naya decided to join together in order to go on this trip. In the beginning, we did group activities that boosted our ability to speak loudly, simple games that we laughed over. Then all of a sudden, things started to move very fast, and challenges began to arise. I thought I would be overwhelmed, but for some reason, I was excited, as if adrenaline kicked in every time I had to go into debate. I loved the rush of it all. Months went by with this type of practice, and finally our trip to New York came up. I was so nervous, I remember crying on the plane thinking I would do horribly in front of hundreds of people, and embarrassed myself at any chance in winning the conference. It was not a bright time for me. But then we arrived in New York. All of us were tired and beat down from the 12-hour flight. We checked into our hotel room to go get dressed. And must I say, getting dressed in delegate attire, seeing myself in my outfit, I immediately got a rush of excitement, as if I walked into my conference room knowing what I was doing. As I began to talk to my fellow delegates, I could feel my confidence boosting. I was surrounded by people just like me, people who were there for a purpose, people who were committed and prepared for this competition. Although it was absolutely terrifying to talk in front of such a huge crowd, I was so happy to be there. It just felt so right to me. As the conference ended, I realized that I was really going to miss the rush of debate and formal sessions. Though it was hard work, it was worth every bit of it. In the end, I didn't end up winning awards, but this experience really changed my life. It brought out parts of me I didn't know I had. It gave me confidence to do things that I do and made me realize what I love to do and what I think I see my future self doing. Because of this, I can comfortably talk to more people and put myself out there a lot more than I used to. What I'd like to say to anyone scared to try out something new is just go for it. Opportunities are everywhere, and people choose not to take them from fear of failing. But you'd regret not doing something much more than you'd regret doing it. Don't let fear hold you back, because if I did, I know I wouldn't be where I am today. Thank you.